Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show for 2026. We are so excited you joined us here live on the Epic Sports Network alongside my co-host, Mr. Ed Cole. I am James Poovey saying welcome to another season of Thursday Night Football. Ed, can you believe it? Our seventh go-around overall for Thursday Night Football here in the Grand Canyon state of Arizona, and this year is going to be a year like none other, my friend.
JP, it really does go up year after year, doesn't it? The talent level rises on all of these football teams, and it's just an honor for us to cover these young men and these programs every single fall. I cannot wait for high school football to get kicked off in a couple of weeks.
We've got players and coaches joining us all afternoon long. We're very excited to have representatives from every team competing on Thursday Night Football joining us here this afternoon. We'll also be joined right about halftime of our show this afternoon by Mr. Nathan Baker, who has founded the Arizona Helmet Challenge, Ed, and it's a really fun thing that he's doing this season where teams and fans can get online and vote for their favorite logos and helmets and looks, and let's face it, look good, play good. Isn't that what we always say week after week?
Oh yeah, you can be stylish and play solid football, can't you? And the fact that you can have these stickers that'll be on your helmet all season long. We've got some really cool ideas, folks, that we're going to do with these stickers. So I can't wait to talk to him about this helmet challenge and just the look and just promoting the brand of high school football as it continues to grow year after year.
Ed, we have a loaded schedule. If we can get that loaded up here in just a moment. We are once again going all over the Grand Canyon state. We're welcoming 12 new teams this season, if you can believe that, Ed. And we're also headed to 6 new locations, a stacked schedule, and it all starts on Thursday night, August the 20th, as the Thatcher Eagles come on Thursday Night Football for the first time to battle the ALA Ironwood Warriors, and we'll be out in Queen Creek for our first visit to the home of ALA Ironwood.
That should be a really good game too. You know, Thatcher coming off a big year. They're looking to build off what they were able to do last year, 9-2. They were undefeated inside their region. So you know they're trying to take their football to the next level.
Absolutely right. And you can see the rest of the loaded schedule we got. We're going everywhere. Next game on the schedule, Desert Edge at Cactus Shadows, and then we go Choya at Maryvale. We're going up for the Copper Kettle rivalry this season up to Globe. It'll be our first trip up there to the home of the Tigers. And once again, we're all over the map this season around the Grand Canyon State. So make sure you join us all season long. And let's get right to it, Ed. Let's go down south for our first visitors of the afternoon as we welcome in Coach Daniel Jones and the Thatcher Eagles. He's joined there by Teagan Dameron. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Welcome into the program. Coach, we'll start with you. Just give us a breakdown on the offseason there for Thatcher and the outlook for the season of 2026 for the Eagles.
You bet. The outlook, the offseason, we get in the weight room and get strong. And so that's a big thing. We're a heavy running team, so we want to push people around, and so we make sure that we eat a lot of iron and get after that. A little bit of passing league, just to kind of let our kids know that there's an outside world. But we pretty much just shut them in the dome and beat them up and get them tough.
Yeah, Coach, you guys ran the ball so well last year, about 200 yards a game, had 37 rushing touchdowns. What does that do for an offense, knowing that you can run the ball, you can establish the line of scrimmage? What does that do for your passing game, knowing that defenses have to account for your running game too?
Well, that's kind of been a long-standing tradition here at Thatcher. We just we pound the rock. Everybody knows we pound the rock, and you got to learn to deal with that. We've been lucky enough to have some quarterbacks that can throw well enough to give us a relief, but we're going to run at you.
Coach, tell us about the young man you brought along today, Teagan Dameron. You listed off a number of positions for this young man. We like to call them ATHs. They are just straight up athletes, guys that can do a little bit of everything for your football team. Tell us about Teagan as we take a look at some of his film here.
Yeah, Teagan is a kid that basically there's an old commercial that says Mikey likes it. Give it to Mikey. He likes it. That's Teagan. If there's a position, something we need taken care of, we call Teagan. So he can play every position almost on the field. He can't throw; he's a terrible quarterback. But other than that, this kid can play just about everything. So he's a great receiver. He's a very good defensive end. We're going to utilize him mostly at tight end and defensive end this year. But he'll long snap for us. He'll play D line. He'll line up a corner if we need him to. The kid just understands football, and that's an exciting thing.
Tegan, what does it mean for you to be a Swiss Army knife that can do everything? Coach mentioned all the things that you can do. You're going to do tight end and defensive end this year. What does it mean to be able to be so adept and versatile at a lot of different positions?
I just really appreciate that I'm able to do these many different things because I like being on the field. I like playing. I love this sport. I grew up with it. I love just being out there and hitting and just doing my job. So I appreciate that he knows that he can just ask me and I'll do the job to my best ability, and hopefully it works out for the best.
Coach, tell us about the toughness of a football team like the Thatcher Eagles. Obviously a smaller school, and a lot of your guys play both ways, but that takes a special brand of football player to do that and do it at a state championship level.
It sure does, but I mean, that's all we really know here. We don't have the luxury of rotating lines, and our kids know we're gonna wrench every last drop out of them. At the end of the night, we're dragging them off the field, but they give everything, and so it's a special thing here at Thatcher. It's tradition. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows exactly what's expected of them. So, yeah, that's the exciting part, and I don't think they'd want it any other way. If they're standing on the sideline for a play, they're like, "What am I doing here?" So, yeah, we just don't know anything different here.
Tegan, what is it better for you? Is it better to catch the football or hit a dude?
I like the defense side of the game more. It's more fun to just be let loose, to just not have to worry about, oh, I got to cut here, got to do this and that, got to worry about this guy. It's enjoyable to just be let loose, just fire off, make a read, find ball, get ball, and just make them remember that we're still here right now.
Tegan, talk to us about the importance of having a really good offensive line there at Thatcher High School, who provide a lot of running lanes, and then they also keep the quarterback clean and upright as well, allowing him to make plays down the field.
I mean, I love my offensive line. I've grown up playing with them all. Like, we're a very smart group. We might not be the biggest out of all of them, but we are fast. We are smart. We know our plays. We know what to do. It's definitely very helpful. It's nice knowing that I can go do my job and not have to worry about them missing theirs and doing this and that. And it's nice having a good line.
And what does it mean to have that brotherhood, Tegan, where you guys are together, you're playing as one, you are playing Thatcher Eagles football, and everybody has the same mentality. You want to win, and you want to win a championship for you, your organization, and your fan base.
We all share a mindset of we're the best, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it together. And so it's really nice having that brotherhood, that tightness that we have, because it gives us the opportunity to just know that we can trust one another, that we're not going to have to worry about it, and that we can talk to them when they mess up, and that we're still going to love each other at the end of the day, and that when we win or lose, that we can still hold each other up, and we can hug them and say, "I love you, man," and just continue to the next game.
And most of these kids have been playing together since 5th grade. Like, this is what you do in Thatcher. So that's that you play football. So
it's born and bred in the Thatcher Eagles. Those guys, we've always talked about it up here in the valley. You guys throw around hay bales down there to stay strong, and there's no doubt you have a big time advantage down there as far as strength goes. Coach Daniel Jones and Tegan Dameron joining us here on the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. We're excited to have you guys on Thursday Night Football this season, and we'll see you in just a few short weeks. Thank you, gentlemen.
Awesome.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Great meeting you.
Stay with us. We'll be right.
Has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. A pleasure, as always, to visit with the Thatcher Eagles. Ed, we're excited to have them on Thursday Night Football for the first time this season. And up next, we visit with the home team of Game 1. That is the ALA Ironwood Warriors. Coach Myron Bluford taking over there at ALA Ironwood, and he is building something special out there in Queen Creek. Coach Blue, thank you so much for joining us. Just give us a overall view of the offseason there at ALA Ironwood.
Yeah, it's been great. Second year going into it, it's always a little bit easier because the boys kind of know the expectation, and They've literally hit it out of the park in every phase. When we started doing workouts right after the season, going into spring ball, transitioning into summer, attendance has been awesome, and the kids they don't want to repeat the season from last year, and you can tell by their work.
Yeah, Coach, 2-8. Clearly not the season you wanted in your first season. But what's the mentality of the ALA Ironwood Warriors going to the season outside of winning? What are some of the things you're trying to impart to these young men as you get ready to embark on a long season?
Yeah, honestly, it's just the things that kind of come with football, the brotherhood piece of it, trying to build a tradition. We talked about it, last night about making an impact, not just in our football program, but also on campus and in our community. And so we've really been focusing on the tangible things, the work that we put in, the things that we could be doing, from a service standpoint, and really just kind of abiding by the raised values that we have here, at ALA. And so it's really been kind of full, encompassing, trying to just knock everything out of the park. And like I said, the boys have just stepped up to every challenge that we've given them.
Coach, talk to us about your offensive line. We're going to take a look at some film here on Bryce Villarreal, and tell us how important it is to have guys up front like that can really take care of your offensive players and move the offense down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's where you're going to win and lose games, at any level. And we're fortunate that we have, really three really talented returners. Bryce being, the lead of that. He has, 14 or so, college offers already, and it shows that, his hard work and his leadership and everything he's kind of done in the off season. And after having an outstanding junior season, he has put in a ton of work, this off season to not just duplicate that, but kind of raise the level. And everyone's followed along with them. Brandon Rathie, who's, again, another 3-year starter, Slade Wheaton, another 3-year starter. Gabe Suarez is going to be going on his second year as a starter. So we're really fortunate, that we have a senior laden group. Our center, Connor Wright, will be his first year starting, but he's got a ton of playing time and experience, especially as a senior. So we're going to lean on those 5 up front. We're going to lean them on the defensive side, and we're going to go as they go. And we're fortunate that we have a talented group like that and make us optimistic about our season.
Coach, how important is it to have that continuity? Guys that you say are 2-year, 3-year starters, guys that have been in this program, they know how things go, and now they're in their second year with you at the helm. What does it mean to have those guys to be able to relate to? And for the younger guys that are coming into the program, you've got guys that are established, they've got the experience, they've got that veteran leadership that you need on a young football team.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that 3 specifically, they've had pretty much of a roller coaster in their high school career, going through 2-3 coaches, different schemes. We had a great season my first year here as a defensive coordinator, and then I take over. We lost a lot of talent, so we didn't have the season that we really wanted, and so they know what it's like to have success and to be in the playoffs. They know what it's like to not have success and how much that hurts, and they don't want it. And that's been the driving force this offseason, and those 3 have definitely been leading the way in that.
Coach, going into your second season, how have you been able to put your stamp on the program there at ALA Ironwood? And then what do you still want to try to accomplish into this new season?
Yeah, the culture aspect of it is what, I'm really about. And that's been my focus. And, we were very unapologetic about it. When we started last season, and we were going to do things the way that, I wanted to do it, and whether or not that, resulted on the field, we were going to see, what that looked like. And so, this year with a ton of guys returning, they 100% understand what the culture is supposed to be like and how we need to prepare. And they've done a great job, this off season. So I think, the culture is there, the family is there, the brotherhood, they love working with each other. We have the experience going into year 2. And so we're very optimistic about, this upcoming season.
Coach, your defense was able to get after the ball. They had almost 15 sacks last season, 41 TFLs. They actually got after the ball. They're very aggressive. What do you like from your defense, and what's your mentality going to be defensive-wise? Is it going to be about putting pressure on quarterbacks and playing solid on the back end and getting good defense, getting good linebacker play? What's your defense going to be made of?
Yeah, well, I know Coach Jones is still listening, so I can't tell too much. But we're
always
we're
coaching. I love it.
Yeah, hold those trade secrets, Coach. Don't say whatever you don't have to say.
For sure, for sure. But no, our defense has been phenomenal this offseason. Talking with our OC, like he struggles, in the practice sometimes because our boys are flying around. And we really simplified some things, really evaluated our talent based on last season and kind of things that we did really well and things that we needed to adjust and fix. And I think as a staff, the boys bought in. So I think we have a really good identity of what we want our defense to be. And they've proven all offseason that we think we're going to be that type of defense.
Coach Myron Bluford joining us here, the head coach of ALA Ironwood, home of the Warriors, hosting our first Thursday night football game of the season. Coach, thank you for having us out at your place. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you in just a couple short weeks here.
All right, sounds great. Look forward to it.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you again, Coach. Stay with us. Up next, we visit with the Desert Edge Scorpions, who will head to Cactus Shadows to battle the Falcons in Game 2 of our Thursday night football slate here for 2026. Stay with us. More of the Kickoff Show on tap next.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. Special shout out to those of you watching us on the NFHS Network, and we're on Facebook this season, Ed, as there's a lot of people who love to consume live sports, especially high school sports on Facebook. So we said, hey, why not get down that lane as well? So we're headed there this season as well. In game number 2 this season, we feature our game number 2 from last season, which consequently was our largest viewed game of the season. It was the Cactus Shadows Falcons at Desert Edge last year, and this year they are back at it again. Desert Edge at Cactus Shadows. That one is going to be a fun one.
And that was a close one last season, JP. They lost to Desert Edge 27-19 in that season opener. So, Cactus Shadows 7-5 coming off a really good season. Then Desert Edge coming up short of getting another championship. They were 11-1. So both of these teams are really established organizations, good programs. So that should be a great second game for us to call.
Absolutely. Let's get the Desert Edge Scorpions in here now. Head coach Henry MacArthur joining us here on the program. Coach, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you coming on with us. And Michael Davis joining us, a young man who just won the preseason All-State Team Award for the Arizona Cardinals. Congratulations, Michael. We'll start with you. Tell us about the hype around this football team and how excited you guys are going into the 2026 season.
We're really excited. We've been flying around on defense. We're just trying to win a state championship and just have that same team we had last year.
Coach, what does Michael mean to you? A guy like that with the pedigree, with the athleticism and what he brings to your program. What does Michael mean to the Desert Edge Scorpions?
It means a lot. Obviously, he's an excellent player. I thought he had about as good of a year as a junior DB could have last season, but I think he's taken big steps this offseason and his leadership and just being a pro and preparing himself for college and putting himself in a position where he's going to have an outstanding senior year and also be ready to compete for some playing time early on at Oklahoma. So really proud of him. And obviously he's extremely valuable to our program.
Coach, how have you been able to settle in over the past couple seasons there at Desert Edge and really keep this program on the success track like you have been?
This is a credit to the players and the assistant coaches. We have a great group of guys on staff and a lot of great players, so it makes it easy.
Michael, we saw you rocking the Oklahoma swag. Got the gear on, got the Sooner gear on.
Yes,
but,
sir.
Playing for the Scorpions, playing in this program, this is about as close to college football or an NFL type organization as far as the professionalism that Coach MacArthur and his staff and the entire program has. What does the Desert Edge Scorpions mean to you as they are getting you prepared to head to Norman to get ready to play at the University of Oklahoma?
It means a lot for sure. Coach Henry, he's actually getting us really right in the weight room, making sure we're on it, getting our body right so we can just look good for college coaches when they come around and see us. It's a real good program.
Michael, what do you feel has been the difference maker for you since you were a freshman at Desert Edge and able to progress your game to the level now where you're going to be moving on and playing Division I college football in Norman, Oklahoma, where, let me tell you, they live, eat, and breathe football there in the Midwest.
Yes, they
What
do.
has been the major difference for you? What did you work on and say, oh, I got to make sure I'm getting the right amount of sleep, or I really got to make sure my nutrition is right, or maybe it was a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, I can say my nutrition for sure, getting bigger and stronger and a lot of speed. You know, you got to have speed to play in the SEC, so I had to work on that too.
Coach, when you look at your offense, the Scorpions offense this season, what do you like about it? What are you developing? What kind of identity are you trying to build and have with that Scorpions offense?
Well, I think we have a lot of continuity returning. Obviously, get Blake back. Zarek coming back after not playing much last year due to some health issues. And then, Aiden Honeywood, Jaheim Brown, Hodge Brown, Byron Brandon, those guys at the skill position that played a lot for us, as well as some guys on the O-line. Jaden Brown played a lot for us last year, Adam Campbell. So I think a lot of returning guys, as well as second year in Coach Goodlow's system. So I expect them to take a big jump. They've had a great offseason, looked really good in summer camp for us. So we start obviously practice on Monday and expecting more great things from them.
Coach, final question. What are you looking forward to most in this matchup against Cactus Shadows?
I haven't even thought about Cactus Shadows yet. We're focused on us and practice on Monday. So we practice good on Monday, then my focus will be practicing good on Tuesday. That's how we do things. So we'll see Cactus Shadows that Thursday.
Absolutely, Coach. One step at a time. There's no doubt about it. Henry MacArthur joining us here along with Michael Davis. Gentlemen, thank you for your time. We're looking forward to having you guys on Thursday Night Football once again this season, and we'll see you very soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Stay with us. More of the Kickoff Show coming up next. We will visit with the Cactus Shadows Falcons after the break here on the Epic Sports Network. More of the Kickoff Show just around the corner.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football 2026 Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. Up next, we go to Cave Creek to visit with the Cactus Shadows Falcons. Ed, it'll be game number 2 on the schedule this season and our first trip to the home of Cactus Shadows, and we are excited as this is a magnificent backdrop up there. This is going to be a fun game as well on the gridiron.
Yeah, it should be. We mentioned last season the Falcons beat the Scorpions 27-19, 8-point game, a really tight game there. So if things all play in form and come well into form, JP, I expect another tight game at Cactus Shadows.
Let's go ahead and get him in here. Coach Chris Dixon joining us here on the program. Coach, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure to visit with you. We've also got linebacker extraordinaire Casey Stieg joining us here. Coach, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason for Cactus Shadows.
I think it's been a great offseason. The guys have really locked in, trying to make themselves better. Did a great job in the weight room, getting a little bigger. I think we've gained about 15 pounds on average up to this point. I really love the competition, the competitiveness this summer, going into the 7-on-7 season and 5s, and, really trying to find a group of kids who really want to play football, and I think we have one.
Coach, I know it's tough to lose your son, Donovan, with everything he meant to you last season. What are you doing to replace him, and how do you replace that production?
I think we was already prepared for it. I mean, we knew going into this year he was gone, and Gage has really been somebody we've been preparing for the last year and a half to get ready to go. I think the emergence of Brock Cashin and Colin Godfrey and Colin Peters in the run game, and I think our tight ends are going to do a good job this year. We're just trying to find that up front. I think everybody in the state can say the same thing. If you can block, you can play on offense. So, we can get the production. We won't get it from one person, but it could be spread it out now.
Coach, tell us about the defensive stud you brought along with you today, Casey Stieg, and how important he is on the defensive side of the football.
I think he's an X factor. I think he's like the jack of all trades. He can play up front as a DN. He can drop back and play middle or outside backer. I mean, I could put him at strong safety if I had to. So I mean, the kid has done a lot of great things. I think if you see him on the field, I think he really comes off the edge really well. And, you know, he wants to be an impactful player. He works hard to be. I think he's one of those guys that's the first guy in and the last guy to leave, you know, especially in the weight room. You know, he does a really good job of preparing himself, not only just as a mental player, but physically as well.
Casey, we always say offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. What do you like about this defense that you're playing in? You're heading into your senior year, had a great season last year, 70 tackles, a bunch of other numbers that we can throw out and mention, but playing inside this defense at that linebacker spot, Coach mentions he can line you up at any spot if he really needed to because you have that talent level, but playing inside the defense just for once, playing for the Falcons.
It means everything to me. I mean, I'm playing with seniors and some of my best friends. If I'm playing D-line, linebacker, if I'm back at safety, I'm with one of my best friends at every position, and I think that's what's gonna be our deciding factor this year. Is it's our brothership. I think that all of us are brothers, and I think that us as a whole, we're gonna make some noise for sure.
Kaysen, how are you guys able to form that bond off the field when you're not strapping up the helmets and maybe it's the off season? Do you guys get to hang out a lot off the field?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we had like morning lifts, and then like some of the defensive guys, like last week, you know, like we were there with Brock Cashin, Clayton Pfaff, like a lot of the team, and we went camping and fishing and cliff jumping, and we had a great time. And I think that having that bond will only make us better as a team, and I'm excited to play with them.
Kaysen, what have you been doing in the offseason to get yourself prepared for the rigors of another long season? What have you been doing, like physically, mentally, to get yourself prepared for what comes with football? We know it's a grind. It's a mental grind just as much as it's physical.
Putting on weight. I know we got some big teams out of us, so I'm putting on all the weight I can and maintaining speed. So a lot of the morning lifts and football camps and everything, and then mentally just as the season goes on, watching film and especially watching myself. So knowing what I can fix, I think it's just going to help as much as watching anyone else.
Coach Chris Dixon and Kaysen Stieg, linebacker here from the Cactus Shadows Falcons, joining us. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in just a couple short weeks, and we're looking forward to our first trip to your place for a little Thursday night football. Thank you again for your time.
Come on out. Have fun.
Coach Chris Dixon is here on the program. Stay with us. We'll be right back after a very brief timeout, and we will head down south, Ed, as we talk with the Troy Chargers when we return to the break for the Thursday night football kickoff show up next right here on the Epic Sports Network. Make sure you stay with us.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. We're hoping that the Troy Chargers can join us here in just a moment. If not, we're going to talk about their game anyway and move on, as we got to keep the show rolling here, Ed. It's live television, as you know, but we are excited to have Troy joining us for the first time on Thursday Night Football this season.
Oh, yeah. They're coming off a 4-6 season. They were 2-3 in the 4A Gila region. Talk about them going up against Maryville. They beat them last year, 26-18 in week 2. So, you know, the Panthers are looking for some revenge, and the Chargers want to get 2 straight victories in this series. It should be a good game. Choya, last season, they ran the ball really well. JP, 120 yards rushing per game. They had 14 rushing touchdowns. We know running the football is paramount in high school football. We do it every week in the AFLE. We talk about how important it is in the pro game, the college game, but especially in the high school football realm, JP.
Yes.
If you can run the football, man, you can have a lot of success.
Absolutely right. As we take some look at the film here for Victor Rojo, he plays free safety and wide receiver for the Choya Chargers, and another one of these guys that can do a little bit of everything for their football team, Ed, and plays really well on both sides of the football.
He does. Rojo, free safety, also wide receiver last season, 15 catches, almost 400 yards, led the team in receiving, 43 tackles, also led the team in tackles. So this guy can get it done offensively as well as defensively. JP, 4 TFLs, 2 interceptions, 4 passes defense. This guy is just a stat stuffer.
Absolutely right. We see some of the film here, and I love the look, of course, for Choya because they are the mascot is actually a Bronco. It looks exactly
Of
like the
course.
Denver Bronco on the side. You knew it was coming, Ed, but and then
There's
you
always got
see
to
the
be a
orange. You
Broncos
can't
reference.
help but hide that right there. But
Always a Broncos
we
reference, huh?
we are so excited to have the Choya Chargers on this
Yes.
season, and they're coming up from down south to battle the Maryville Panthers, and it should be a fun game.
It should be out there at the home of the Panthers. The Carters will have those the coaches on to talk about the Maryville Panthers. It should be a really good game. Chargers and the Panthers. If it's anything like last season, again, an 8-point game, should be another tight game.
Absolutely right. So we will step aside here and take a brief commercial timeout and return for more of the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. And we will visit with the coaches Carter when we return here in just a minute or two from the Maryville Panthers as they're hosting the Choya Chargers this season on Thursday Night Football. Stay with us. More of the Kickoff Show coming your way next right here on ESN. We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. James Spoovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we started the day out with some football across the pond, and we're continuing here this afternoon with the Kickoff Show. A lot of fun, and I'm so glad to have you on Thursday Night Football once again this season.
Yeah, brother, we started this morning in Duisburg, Germany. Now we come back to Arizona to talk more high school football, go from professional football to high school football. I love it.
Up next, we've got the Carter brothers joining us from the Maryville Panthers. And there is Coach Mark Carter right there in the shoe closet. And I love the look. And Marcus Carter actually joining us as well. Gentlemen, thank you so much. You are such good friends of the program. We're excited to have you guys on once again. Whoever wants to field the first question, just talk to us about the offseason. We've also got your star quarterback joining us here, MJ Escobedo. We'll get to him in a moment, but just break down the offseason if you would.
Offseason's been good. First of all, anytime we see you guys, we know it's a good time. Every time you guys come out to Maryville, we play well. So the offseason's been great. Just raising these young guys up. We were very, very inexperienced last year. And so now we were getting more experience, doing a lot of passing leagues, playing in Just Chili and going against the top schools and the big schools and stuff like that. So, the experience was one of our detriments last year, having to learn how to do things on the way throughout the season. And now that we've had a full, successful offseason, I think it's time for us to grow up. And I think we did a lot of growing up this summer.
Coach Mark, you ended the season on a 5-game winning streak. You were 6-4, did not make the playoffs. Does this team have a chip on its shoulder, knowing you played so well, but you still didn't make the playoffs?
Oh, absolutely. We felt like we did, enough. And the irony is, I think that losing the game to Chola was the dagger, was the nail in the coffin. And so, being able to get to see them again to kind of rectify what we're doing, what we're trying to do is going to be a pleasure. And so, we feel like Coach Marcus said, we got, a little bit more experience. However, we did get, a little bit younger. But, when we played the first, part of our season last year, we didn't have our guys. And so our guys were young, and so our guys are coming back. And so, to touch on the offseason a little bit, we went through the offseason and got a little bit younger, but we got better. We got some football players and some bona fide football players. And so we were able to get some more key pieces that could play right away. And that was kind of a hindrance last year.
MJ Escobedo joining us here, quarterback for the Maryville Panthers. MJ, talk to us about what it's like to play for these two young men here. They are really special here in the Arizona high school football community, and they give everything they have every single day to you kids and really pour into you. How great is it to play for guys that really get it?
Yes, sir. Honestly, it's been a blessing to work with the Carter twins. They've both helped me in numerous different ways. And on and off the field, Coach Mark has helped me with film and understanding film. And Coach Mark has helped me on the field with helping me be a leader and just helping me lead my team.
MJ, we saw your game film as you're practicing, getting used to a new team, new teammates, just a new system, a new way of life with the Maryville Panthers. Describe your style at quarterback, and do you feel any of the pressure now that you are QB1 for this Panthers program?
Yes, sir. It's definitely a change, and I'm ready to take on all of it that comes with it. It's been a blessing to have the opportunity to play varsity as an incoming freshman or as a freshman, and just working with them this past summer has been nothing but amazing.
How have you been able to develop that relationship with your offensive line, MJ, in such a short amount of time? Because we know that has to be, you guys have to be in sync. They got to be used to your cadence and your voice and the way that you command that offense.
Yes, sir. It's definitely taken a lot of work. We get in extra practice before and after, and it's just working as a team to be ready for the season.
We can talk to you guys all afternoon long. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. One last question here from Ed. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, MJ. So real quick, are you more of a pocket passer, or are you a guy that can roll out and just make things happen on the fly?
Right now, I'm more of a pocket passer. I can make stuff happen. I can make those others can't, and that's going to help us win games this year.
There you have it. Look out for the freshman sensation, MJ Escobedo, representing the Maryville Panthers, and, of course, our good friends, the Carter twins, Mark and Marcus Carter. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll see you guys very soon. We'll actually see you this week for a little Thursday night football test, and we're actually coming out on Wednesday. There's been an update to the schedule, so we'll see you on Wednesday night.
It's always good to see. It's always good to see y'all, man. Can't wait to see you.
Hey, why not the Veil, right?
Absolutely. Why not?
Why not?
There you go.
There they go.
Thank you.
MJ Escobedo and the Carter brothers at the helm there for the Maryville Panthers. How great is that? Stay with us. More of the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show as we roll on. Up next, the Battle of the Copper Kettle. The Miami Vandals and the Globe Tigers will do battle on Thursday Night Football this season. We'll be joined by those Miami Vandals when we return from the break.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network alongside Mr. Ed Cole. I'm James Poovey. Up next, a game I've been eyeing for a couple seasons now, Ed, and we were finally able to get it on the schedule. We've got Miami at Globe, and joining us right now, Coach Scott Harris and Hector Mariscal from the Miami Vandals. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Coach, we'll start with you. Just tell us about the offseason, and we are so excited to have you guys on Thursday Night Football this year.
Yeah, last year we had a lot of injuries, so we've been trying to get our guys recruit from last year. Hit the gym quite a bit, trying to get a little bit bigger and faster. We got a really young team. I think we only got like 4 or 5 seniors this year, so it was a pretty good off season. We had 20, 25 kids show up, so it was pretty good.
Coach, how much are you going to lean on those 4 or 5 seniors that you have to give stability to this program, knowing you've got so many young guys that are in here trying to figure out how the Miami Vandals play football? But for these guys that are established, that are veteran, these veteran-laden guys, how much are you going to lean on them for support when you're trying to continue to bounce back from a disappointing season?
Yes, so our seniors this year is going to be our quarterbacks and our running back and a couple wide receivers. So we'll be leaning on those kids quite a bit. Hector ran the ball for us last year for the first time, and he did pretty well. We're just working on stability, his reading and stuff. So he's doing real good in the offseason.
Hector, what part of your game did you specifically work on during the offseason to better yourself at the running back position?
Definitely getting my feet faster, making my legs work a lot more than they did last year. Reading the field more so I could read the holes, where to go, whoever's coming which way. Mainly just worked on my legs.
Hector, how important is it to continue to build the relationship with your offensive line and QB1, your wide receivers, everybody on offense being one-minded, playing Vandals football, and hopefully being successful on offense?
It's very important because we're all like a brotherhood. That's how we represent Miami, is a brotherhood for sports. I look to my offensive line like they're my brothers. I look to my quarterback like he's my brother. and I help them. They help me. You know, we have each other's back.
Coach, talk to us about the defensive side of the football. How is that thing looking?
Like I said, we're really young. We're going to move Hector from outside backer to defensive end. He's got a real explosive first step, so I think that'll help us in the long run. We lost our starting middle linebacker last year from ankle injury, so we're going to be trying to rotate some kids in to figure out where they're going to be in the middle of that field.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the Copper Kettle rivalry. You and Hector about this, the oldest rivalry in Arizona. What does it mean to take on the Globe Tigers year in and year out, as this rivalry dates back to the early 1920s?
It's a great rivalry. So when I first started coaching here, I started coaching the little kids punchers. So we've coached the kids from Globe and Miami. So it's fun watching the progression on both sides. But we always want that Copper Kettle come back here.
Coach, thank you so much for your time joining us here on the program. Coach Scott Harris and Hector Mariscal, the running back for the Miami Vandals. They will be featured on Thursday Night Football as they battle the Globe Tigers this season, the battle for the Copper Kettle. It's a historic rivalry here in the Grand Canyon State. We're so excited to have it on our airwaves this fall. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time, and we will see you in just a couple short months.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Stay with us. More of the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show up next. We'll go cross town for that rivalry and visit with the Globe Tigers when we return.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Epic Sports Network's Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. Up next, we're looking forward to joining the Globe coach, Coach Brady Hoff. He'll bring along Ben Layton, the running back for the Globe Tigers. Ben's on here with us now, so we'll start talking with him first. Ben, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to come up there to your place for this historic Arizona rivalry. Talk to us about how excited you are for the season upcoming for the Globe Tigers.
Oh, I think he might have knocked himself out.
And I think we lost him there for a minute. That's okay. Ed, I'm excited for this football game, our first trip to Globe, and it is small town Arizona football at its finest.
It is, and Ben joins us back again, but that is going to be such a great game, a great atmosphere. Ben, are you with us?
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you guys.
Sorry. Oh, you're totally fine, my friend. Tell us about how excited you are for the 2026 season up there for the Globe Tigers.
I'm pretty excited, sir. I feel like it's going to be a great season with our younger team, I'd say. We don't have that much seniors and stuff, but I feel like it's going to be a great season, so I'm excited.
Ben, you're one of those two-way players, running back, cornerback, a guy that can do everything, led the team in rushing, 65 tackles up there as far as tackles are concerned. Just talk about what you bring to the football team from an offensive and a defensive standpoint, and also as you're bringing and creating this brotherhood that you're trying to establish with the Tigers organization.
I feel like with me, I can get around pretty easy, and like my team trusts me a lot, so they feel like they can trust me and stuff. But on defense, I play DB, so I really don't get that much action because in 2A there's not a lot of people that pass, so it's more of a linebacker thing.
Brady, Brent, talk to us about we got Coach Brady Hoff joining us on here now. Coach, welcome to the program. We appreciate you jumping on here with us. We were talking with your star athlete there in Ben Layton. Tell us your perspective on the offseason for the Globe Tigers so far.
Hey, Coach, thanks for having me, guys. I apologize for some technical difficulties.
No worries.
No worries, sir.
Thought we had a really great offseason. We made a switch to the flex bone offense, and so a lot of our offseason focus has been the timing and carrying out our option takes and carrying out our option reads. We also had great attendance from the linemen in the weight room, so I felt overall it's been a great success. A lot of times in small schools, you have trouble getting all your athletes there because it's, they're playing other sports, but I thought we had good attendance for being in a small school.
And coach, what does that mean to have that level of attendance? That means a lot of dedication from your players, knowing that they're buying into the system, that they're showing up day after day, they're in the weight room, they're studying film, they're getting ready, they're building a relationship with each other as well.
Yeah, for sure. Our line has got really, really tight over the course of the spring and the summer, just from lifting together. And it's not only just getting stronger; it's building that camaraderie with your teammates and knowing, you help develop that brotherhood where the guy is going to go to the wall for you because you've seen him, putting 330 some pounds on there and squatting, or pushing himself till he's near puking in the weight room.
Coach, how special is this Copper Kettle rivalry, and how deep does it run there in the community?
Oh, it's unbelievable, and it runs really deep. A lot of these boys, they play. We have the Punchers, the youth league, so they're combined together. So they play that way growing up, and then they split and they go Globe Miami when it gets to junior high school, and it runs deep. And it's one of those ones where if they got one win and it's Kettle, then people are happy. But I love it. Last season we played at Miami. We had a police escort over there. It was one of the coolest things I've seen as a coach. So it's an unbelievable atmosphere. You guys are in for a treat.
Coach,
we are so excited.
We cannot wait to get the Globe for that game. That's going to be special. Last one for me, Coach. Talk about Ben. What does he mean to you as one of the more solid two-way players in high school football, especially here in Arizona? What does Ben to mean to you in your program?
Oh, Ben means a ton to us. I mean, he's been a two-year second team all region player, one at cornerback, one at running back. Last season he came on a ton at the end, and he's going to be our workhorse. And he runs hard and he plays defense hard, and he's one of those kids that you just love to have because he's going to give you his all in any game.
Coach Brady Hoff and Ben Layton joining us here from the Globe Tigers. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to our first trip up there this fall, and we will see you guys on Thursday night, September the 10th. We cannot wait.
I can't wait to have you guys. Look forward to hosting you.
Thanks again for your time. Stay with us. More of the Epic Sports Network's Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. We hope to catch up with the Betty Fairfax Stampede when we return from the break. Stay with us. More to come as we make our way through the Thursday Night Football 2026 schedule.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
And listen, we have already cranked that thing up right here, Mr. Marty Smith. Pit Boss, of course, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football this season on the Epic Sports Network. We're glad to have him. And up next, we have got Betty Fairfax, the home of the Stampede. Unfortunately, Coach Burwell not able to join us this week. He's had a little bit going on there, but thoughts and prayers with him, and hopefully he gets well very soon. Jaden Varela, the star wide receiver from Fairfax. I'm not sure if he's on as well, but don't see these
Fairfax
guys. But
Ed,
on. We are excited to see them. It looks like they're popping in right now as we speak, and we're excited to have Fairfax on the program this season. They're going to battle the Towson Wolverines. There we go. We've got Coach Nate Belt. He's the offensive coordinator for the Fairfax Stampede joining us here. And, Coach, love the backdrop. You guys looking great here today. Tell us about the offseason as we get ready to visit with you and that wide receiver in Jaden Varela.
Yeah, we've really pushed this team, this group of individuals, very hard. We pushed them very hard, and in the weight room and out on the field. We've been working, we've been growing, and we're matching the effort and the work ethic that we need to get the results that we want. So we're very proud and we're very confident what we're going to be able to show.
Coach, talk about the young man to your left, Jaden Varela, and what he means to you. What does he bring to your Fairfax Stampede football program?
Well, right now, this dude is probably our standard. He absolutely is our standard. He's our leader. He, was taken after, the older guys from last year that we lost, some great players, some great leaders that he was able to, get a lot of those pointers from. And he's the standard for us right now. He does everything we need him to do, plays every position on the field. Just wait, literally every position on the field. So he's a very valuable guy to us, and we love him and appreciate him.
Jade, what we really like to see is you are just all smiles as you get the chance to sit here and talk about football. We can tell that you love the game. How is it to play for this coaching staff who really believes in what you guys are trying to do every Friday night and Thursday night in this case, this season?
I'm blessed, man. This coaching staff just took a chance on me when nobody else would. Nobody wanted to take a chance on me, but this guy did. When I didn't believe in myself, he believed in me. When Coach Ducey believed in me. They believe in me every single Friday. They trust me to make plays on the field, and I'm just thankful for them. I consider them like family. I consider them family. Like, I'm extremely blessed.
Jaden, for all those guys that doubted you, gave up on you, and passed you over, does that give you a chip on your shoulder knowing, okay, I got to show these guys up? For everybody that said, you can't do this, Jaden, you're not big enough, you're not strong enough, you're not fast enough, you're not the right fit for our program?
Yeah, most definitely. I think about it every single day. I remember my freshman year, sophomore year, got put on JV while everybody else I knew was on varsity. So I definitely have a chip on my shoulder, and I like getting doubted. I feel like I need it. And it makes me a better player. It just makes me want to be better than anyone that's in front of me. So yeah, definitely a chip on my shoulder. And I'm extremely grateful.
Coach, how are you guys able to build some continuity now there at Fairfax and really settle in with the coaching staff and then the group of players that you have? Because that's really important to a football team.
For sure, yeah. As a coaching staff, we spend a lot of time together outside of even what we do, with the boys. We spend a lot of time with the boys as well. So as a coaching staff, we spend a lot of time outside of practice and the weight room, building that bond, because it's important that we enjoy each other in our company because we spend a lot of time together. And as far as our boys go, the best thing we have done for them is to make them work hard together. They do a lot of hard things. They work extremely hard. We push them as hard as humanly possible to make them the best that they can be, and they do it together, so you can start to see that camaraderie build and they start to come together as a group and a family and hold each other accountable.
Jaden, you made things happen on as far as the running game and the passing game last season. What makes you so versatile where you're good at both positions, running the ball and catching it?
Honestly, it's just what I know. In youth football, I used to play running back. I played running back my freshman year. I broke my arm. Made the switch to receiver my sophomore year. Ever since then I've been playing receiver. And then last year, my junior year, they needed a running back, and I was there. I could fill the hole. So I'm like, I could play any position. I'm not gonna limit myself to one position. That's what great players do. You can play any position. I'm not gonna limit myself to one position.
Wide receiver Jaden Varela and Coach Nate Belt, offensive coordinator for Betty Fairfax, joining us here on the Thursday Night Kickoff Show. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you over there at Tolleson High School in just a few short weeks. Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yes.
There go the Betty Fairfax Stampede, Ed. Always great to visit with them, and they're really building something up special over there in the West Valley. Up next, we will head to the home of the Wolverines, where Coach Francisco Rangel takes over the reins there, and we'll have wide receiver Quentin Gavin joining us here as well after the break. Stay with us. The Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show rolls on.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. We are making our second trip to T-Town this fall, Ed, the home of the Tolleson Wolverines. And joining us right now, our good friend, Coach Francisco Rangel, the head coach of the Tolleson Wolverines. Coach, first off, I got to shout out the background. You got the old school D up there on the wall. I absolutely love every bit of that. You know how I feel. Quentin Gavin, wide receiver for the Wolverines, joining us here as well. Quentin, thank you so much for your time. Coach, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason and your ability to get everything on the same page there at Tolleson High School.
Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been a really fun off season. The kids have been great. Obviously getting started so late definitely had a challenge, but it's just been fun. Going through sevens off season, just lifting. We're still serving students at the end of the day, so I was really excited for that. And the boys are just working hard, learning new things, learning the coaches. So I feel like they've adjusted really well. And for us, it's our whole staff that I had with me at my old school. So I'm just really excited about moving forward, and I'm just ready for the season to start.
Coach, talking about a challenge, replacing Youngman Lee and Rico Blasingame. Both of those young men graduated. They moved on. Those guys made so many great plays together and just were so effective offensively. What do you like about your offense with a new QB1 and guys like Quentin that can really take the top off of defenses and make defenses work against your guys?
Yeah, I mean, you're losing those guys, but Q's ready to step up. I mean, I think his touches last year, you're looking at all-purpose yards, everything he does with, I think, almost 30 less targets was super impressive. But, I mean, you have other receivers around him, too, that are going to really open things up with Alex Benson, Matt Ortega, some of those guys. And then QB1 still up for grabs. But I'm really excited because Q is the focal point. We're going to move him around. Offenses and defense are going to just try to figure out where he's at because you're going to see him on both sides of the ball this year. He's a true playmaker. So I'm just excited. I'm just excited to showcase these kids' talent and, keep T-Town rolling.
Wide receiver Quentin Gavin joining us here as well. Quentin, what did you work on specifically in the offseason to make yourself a better football player and more of a contributor to the football team?
Overall, I was just in the weight room getting bigger. I was working on my craft, but the biggest thing is getting the timing down with the quarterbacks because it is a new change. It's a new quarterback, and the spot is up for grabs. So I just go to practice. We try to get on the same page and just repping it over and over and over, just a lot of reps, getting a lot of reps to be on the same page and get the timing down.
Q, let me ask you, what did you learn from Rico last season? The young man went off to Minnesota. He had 1,000 yards receiving, 14 touchdowns last year. What kind of experience was that going with Rico? Of course, playing with Youngman, he was able to get you the ball 6 times for a touchdown. But the experience of going with Rico and Youngman last season, how has that made you a better football player, knowing you were playing with some of the best talent in the state of Arizona?
Rico has been there since I was a freshman. So I came in, I was really young, and I was just looking to learn. And he took me under his wing, and he taught me, like, a lot of the things that I know. And coming from my freshman year to my sophomore year, I got a lot better, and I took everything a lot more serious. And I'll give that to Rico. He motivated me, and at practice, he always taught me how to be better, whether it's the little details in the routes and catching with your hands, not your body. He always pushed me to be better. And when Youngman came, coming from a younger quarterback to an older, more experienced quarterback, and the ball placement, everything, I realized that I need to fix the way I run certain routes and look for the ball in the right places because he put the ball where it's supposed to be.
Talk to us about playing for this coaching staff, Quentin. How special are these guys at Tolleson High School?
Coach Rangel is a good guy. He loves to get after it. It was definitely a change. It was definitely different from the last coaches, but he came in ready to attack. He's ready to go. I love his mentality. We're always in the weight room. He loves to work. He's there every day. And, yeah, I love this new coaching staff. I love the new energy. They're ready to get after it, and I think they're going to bring something nice to this program. Even after I graduate, I think Tolleson is going to be something great with this new coaching staff.
Quentin Gavin, wide receiver extraordinaire for the Tolleson Wolverines, joining us here along with Coach Rangel from T-Town. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to the matchup and having you on Thursday Night Football once again this season at your place over there at Tolleson. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you guys once again for your time. Stay with us. Up next, we will have a brief little timeout in the action here between the coaches and the players. We're going to have a very special guest joining us here very shortly. Mr. Nathan Baker is going to talk to us about the Arizona Helmet Challenge, where you can enter your team to win all sorts of items coming up in just a little bit. Stay with us here on the Kickoff Show. We'll visit with Mr. Baker after the break.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. We have about made our way halfway through our upcoming Thursday night slate, and we're going to take a brief time out now and welcome in Mr. Nathan Baker, who has organized the Arizona Helmet Challenge. Nathan, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule here. We wanted to take a few minutes with you and help you promote this challenge. It's a really cool thing, and for folks who have never heard about it, why don't you break it down and tell us what you're up to with this?
Of course. Well, first off, thanks for having me in. I appreciate it. The Arizona Helmet Challenge has been around since 2020. We've just essentially been promoting the Arizona helmets around that are, updated, new, and just try to figure out which one's the best. We've evolved over the past few years. Actually, last year doing a charity challenge for the first time, donating almost $3,000 to St. Jude's. And this year, we're going to also do a field feud just to kind of get Arizona high schools competing in different atmospheres to try to see who has the best of the best. And so the helmet challenge is back, the charity challenge is back, and then we're adding on the field challenge just to make it a little bit more interesting for everybody.
And Nathan, what does it do for rivalries or teams that aren't rivals that may become rivals because of this helmet challenge and everybody's trying to look good? Locker rooms are trying to get upgraded. The uniforms are trying to get better. Teams and organizations, they're trying to make the field and their entire stadiums look better. But for them to have this helmet challenge and now they want to look good. They want to look good when they go on the football field. And they want to have all the helmets and stickers and look good on TV.
For sure, and definitely has spiced up some programs. We have Pinnacle behind me here who won with their old Navy helmet, and so now they've changed to a white shell, and they've been playing around with their stripe for a couple of years. We've had some interesting rivalries between the big schools and the small schools because obviously the big schools have more funds and can oftentimes put 2 or 3 helmets out there. So the small schools like to try to compete and keep up, and I think the same thing is going to be true with the field feud. We have some amazing backdrops out of some small rural communities, and then trying to compete up with the big, turf fields of the urban. So it'll be kind of fun to see how that escalates things for us.
Nathan, it's really cool that this thing is already kind of taken off a little bit on its own and evolved into also having the field feud. Where can people find out more about this? You're on social media. Let everybody know where, and we're going to visit about this again in the very near future on the radio dial on August the 15th as well. But let folks know where they can find out and where they can enter their team.
Yeah, as far as the Twitter X, you'll see my handle right there on the screen, AZ Helmet. I'm also on Instagram now at AZHS_helmet. Anywhere you want to search, you can search the hashtag AZ Helmet Challenge and you'll pop up, whether that's a Google search or any of the brands that we have out there. I have some Google forms going around for people to still sign up and get themselves entered. We have over 100 teams in the Helmet Challenge, and we're over 16 now in the field feud. That's kind of just getting started. And then every single school gets a chance to participate in the charity challenge as we release our charity next week with their not-for-profit that's going to work with us. They're going to have extra special awards given out to them too. So we're really looking forward to, giving back to the community, but also just promoting Arizona football the best way we know how.
Nathan, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to partnering with you on this, and it's really a fun event that you're doing, and it's really all about the kids and helping them have fun with football and decals and logos and all that stuff. And we're going to also try to put together a MVP helmet sticker for our Thursday Night Football game MVP, and that young man will be able to wear that helmet sticker with pride throughout the rest of the high school football season, and maybe have a little keepsake of their own as well. But we're working on some special stuff like that. So thank you again. We look forward to the partnership, and we'll visit with you again here in the very near future.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you,
Nathan Baker joining us here from the Arizona Helmet Challenge. Ed, it's going to be a fun season of Arizona high school football.
That is so much fun. Wouldn't it be great to see a player with an ESN sticker on the back of his helmet all season long?
The Thursday Night Football MVP, he's going to get one this season on the Epic Sports Network. Make sure you stay with us. We got a half of the schedule still to go. Up next, we visit with the Mojave Thunderbirds making their first appearance on TNF this fall. Stay with us. More of the Kickoff Show up next here on the Epic Sports Network. back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. A special shout out to all of our sponsors this season. We couldn't do it without you. We certainly appreciate your support as we move into the second half of our schedule. Up next, it'll be the Mojave Thunderbirds. Coach Stephen Beard taking over the helm there at Mojave. Coach, joining us here along with wide receiver and running back Brody Anderson. Coach Beard, thank you so much for taking the time. Tell us about the offseason up there on the Western Slope.
First of all, thank you guys for having us on. Really appreciate that opportunity. This offseason, we really focused on, strength and conditioning, weight room, just overall structure of kind of some of the changes that will be, going on here with the new staff and things like that. So a lot of young kids coming in and things like that. So we really just focused on, ourselves and, trying to put together a continuation of some great things that have happened here already.
Yeah, I was going to say, Coach, 9-3 last season, a playoff berth, a really good season last year. That's just something you can just build upon, go from one great season to another one.
Yeah, absolutely. What these guys have done here over the last few years has been really special. And so it's an honor to try to continue that and carry the torch and see what we can do.
Coach, as we take a look at some of his film here, tell us about Brody and what he means to your program.
Yeah, so Brody is actually one of the first players that I met when I came up here. And he immediately was whatever he needed to do, stepping up, leadership role, rallying the guys, getting some of the young guys, showing up to the offseason stuff and things like that. Running back, played some wide receiver. He kind of plays everything. He does a little bit of everything out there on the field. And I anticipate that he will be doing a little bit of everything out there as well this year.
And Brody, for you, what do you have to do to build upon last season and be that guy that Coach talked about, a guy that can do everything? What have you been doing physically, mentally to get yourself ready for what's going to be a long season, but for you, what you hope is going to be a very fruitful season?
Well, just getting together with the team, all getting ready for workouts and just being in the right mindset, just being able to get ready for the year, developing and going through the motion, or not going through the motions, but just like being there for each other, like just being a family,
How excited are you guys to compete against some of the teams here closer to Phoenix? Obviously, this game is going to be up in Prescott Valley against the Bradshaw Mountain Bears, but how much do you welcome that competition from around the state?
We're ready for the season. We're just trying to get into it, developing, getting ready, and still looking for a starting quarterback, like to fill a position. Just we have a lot of new players coming in, and just getting ready for the season. It doesn't really matter about the competition, just being ready to hit it head on.
And Brody, you mentioned losing Joe Yoni, having to find a new QB1 coach. What are you looking for in a QB1? A guy, it's going to be tough to replace Joe and the production he had last year, nearly 3,000 yards. He ran the ball extremely well, threw for 32 touchdowns. So in a QB1, what are you looking for in a replacement for Joe?
Yeah, so there's no replacing a Joe Yoni. I mean, that he's a special kid. Had several good conversations with him during my time up here before he obviously, graduated and went on. We're looking for a leader. I mean, that's the thing. We've got a couple different options and things like that, but really looking to see who's going to step up, who's going to lead the team, who's going to be that role model, who's got that grit. And when we get out of our fall camp, that's when we'll make that decision.
Coach Stephen Beard and Brody Anderson joining us here from the Mojave Thunderbirds. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We're excited to have you guys on Thursday Night Football this fall, and we'll see you up in Prescott Valley.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate your time. Up next, we will go up to Prescott Valley and visit with the Bradshaw Mountain Bears when we return from the break. The Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show continues here on the Epic Sports Network.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here. Up next, we head to a very familiar part of the Grand Canyon State for us, Prescott Valley, Arizona, and visit with head coach Bob Young of the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. Tell us about the offseason and the preparations for 2026 for Bradshaw Mountain.
Well, thanks for having us on. Well, we've had a busy off season. We worked awful hard in the weight room. We had a speed and conditioning coach come up all spring, and we feel this is going to be the fastest football team we've had, and this will be my 7th year here. So we feel real confident. We've got a lot of speed. June, we played about 57-on-7 games, went to San Diego, ASU, NAU, all over the place. So we've worked extremely hard to get to this point.
Coach, last year you were built on running the football, 229 yards rushing a game, 28 rushing touchdowns. Is running the football going to be another standard for the Bradshaw Mountain Bears this season?
Yeah, that's always our MO. We just like to pound the rock. We've got Robert Ortiz, which is our 2nd-year offensive coordinator. The difference between him and I'm an old wing T guy is he has a lot of newfangled things, but we still pride on running the ball. We had Kylan Jackson graduate, and we've got a multitude of guys that we're banking on to continue to run the ball.
Coach, tell us about the young man you brought along today. Julian Estrada plays defensive end, also plays on the offensive line for you. How special is he to the program?
Well, he's one of those two-way guys that may never come off the field, and we consider him our senior leader. He's I think one of the best defensive ends in the state. He has a high motor as a defensive end, and as an offensive lineman, he's also our best lineman. So he's truly the guy that he does everything we need him to do on the line of scrimmage.
Julian, defensively, how important is it to get off that edge and get after quarterbacks and make them uncomfortable, get sacks, force turnovers, force 3 and outs, anything you can do defensively? What does it mean to be able to do that for the Bears defense?
I think it means a lot to our defense, creating pressure to the quarterback, because a lot of teams like to throw over us thinking that we're weak in the open field. But by us applying pressure to the quarterback, we prevent that from happening. And it just messes up with their whole offense and their line too. It gets in everyone's heads.
Julian, talk to us about the fact that a lot of players up there for Bradshaw Mountain play both ways. You guys play a lot of Iron Man football and the toughness of this football team.
We have a high standard we hold ourselves to, and playing both ways is something we have to do. We just need to get the job done no matter what. And if that's playing both ways, then we have to play both ways.
And for you playing both ways, Julian, on the offensive line, how important is that to be strong, to keep your quarterback QB1 upright, be able to run the football like we talk about at a high level that the Bears do, and also to be able to throw the ball, but being strong with your offensive line play?
It's extremely important, because if we keep people off the quarterback, it builds up confidence within the offense, and that leads on to not just offense but defense, and it carries because energy spreads. And if we can keep a good positive momentum on offense by our O-line moving and blocking guys, it carries out and it sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Lineman Julian Estrada and Coach Bob Young joining us here from the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to being back at your house once again this fall, and we'll see you in just a few short weeks.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time. Always a pleasure to visit with the Bradshaw Mountain Bears up there in Prescott Valley, Arizona, Ed. When we return from the break, we move on and we visit with the Mountain Point Pride. Stay with us. More of the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show up next here on the Epic Sports Network.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. Up next, it'll be the Mountain Point Pride battling the Arizona College Prep Knights, and and we're joined by the coach from Mountain Point and the quarterback Christian Escobedo on the program. Coach Roberts, thank you so much for the time, both of you guys. We'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason, Coach, out there at the home of the Pride.
It's been really good. The boys have really bought in to a lot of stuff that we've been establishing as far as culture-wise. Mountain Point comes with a lot of tradition. The fans and the community, they want to see Mountain Point rise back to its previous levels. We are working hard to try to ensure that will happen. But, it's going to take a lot of hard work, and our boys have bought into that. And I've been happy so far with everything. We had an exceptional camp at Cal Lutheran University this summer. And so far, we're at the point now where we're just, debating some of the coaching stuff. But the kids have given us everything that we've asked of them and more.
And, Coach, is that really half the battle? Young men like Christian buying into what's going on, buying into Mountain Point Pride football and the way that things run there?
Yes, and a lot of it is it's twofold. A lot of it is that Mountain Point comes with a lot of culture. They've had two legendary head coaches there, with Carl Kiefer and Norris Vaughn, and so those people there that live in Ahwatukee, if you guys don't know the demographic, they stay in Ahwatukee. They're not selling their homes, they're not moving, and so you got to come in and you have a lot of big shoes to fill. And the kids are going there, and a lot of times they want to see it return as well. So we've got to do a lot of culture rebuilding and different things like that to get it there. That's not a knock on anybody who's previously been a head coach there. But a lot of times, like when I take my experience at Vista Grande, you got to get the right group of kids that want to be the kids that make the change. And that in itself is very, very unique, especially in this transfer culture where kids, if they don't like it, or parents, if they don't like it and it gets tough and they face a little adversity, they leave. I've been fortunate to have a core group of about 45, 50 kids that want to be that platform to get their school back to where it used to be. And so, that's a very unique experience. Fortunately, I've coached under those situations. I had no choice in my previous school in order to coach it under those situations. And so we're excited about this upcoming season, but we're definitely going to take it 1 week at a time.
Mountain Point quarterback Christian Escobedo joining us here on the program as well. Christian, when you hear Coach talk about the tradition for Pride football, and it really runs deep, does that put any additional pressure on you as a quarterback? And how much pride do you take in being the signal caller and the true leader of this football team?
It means a lot because, when I first, moved to Mountain Point, that was one thing I really saw and I really loved. And, the whole culture standpoint with Coach Roberts coming in and him making a little that change, I really liked that. I liked how he was moving. I liked everything about him. I liked everything, the play calling, how much he's helped me on and off the field, But the whole culture standpoint, I really love it out there at Mountain Point and Ahwatukee. I don't think there's no other spot I'd rather be.
Christian, how important is the brotherhood aspect of what you do as a football player, playing for your guys, having the offensive line, having a great defense, special teams, the relationships that you're building with your guys?
No, the brotherhood is good there. When it comes to me and my receivers, after some workouts, we go hit the field, get some extra routes in, getting our timing down, so we come extra prepared, when this upcoming season, linemen, when it comes to my linemen, I love every single one of them, I like to go, joke around with them, just be like real brothers to them. But, and then defensive side, I'm just, I feel like a good brotherhood too with offense and defensive side, special teams, I just like to be, myself when it comes to everybody, not just, the offensive side. I like to be, that leader to everybody, not just my receivers or linemen or running backs.
Christian, talk to us about playing and practicing and sweating blood, sweat, and tears for this football coaching staff. How much do they pour into you guys?
They're pouring a lot. We're waking up early in the morning before school, getting out there at practice. We're grinding, but, it's definitely a blessing to be out there with these coaches, believing in me, going out there, letting me rock out for my senior year. I definitely I wouldn't want to be nowhere else except for Mountain Point.
Christian, what does it mean to be one of the leaders of this football team? At QB1, everybody looks at quarterbacks as leaders, of course, but to be a leader and a guy that others can look up to, and your brothers can come up to you when they have problems in life, when things go wrong, and life just goes to what, they can come to you and say, bruh, I need to talk to you, man. I need to bend your ear for a little bit. Just having those relationships and those personal, when it gets really, really personal, and you guys have to have those one-on-one conversations, like off the field.
No, it means a lot because I don't want like no player to like be like scared to come up to me. I'm willing to talk to everybody. If it's football related, non-football related, I'm willing to go up there and talk to like whoever it needs to be. If I need to help somebody with like a little homework or a little just football related, then like I'm willing to do whatever I got for my boys. Because I know they got my back, but I definitely got their back for sure.
Christian Escobedo and Coach John Roberts joining us here from the Mountain Point Pride. We're thrilled to have you guys on Thursday Night Football once again this season, this time on the road. And we'll see you guys in just a few short weeks. Thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your Saturday.
You too. Thank you for having us.
We'll return. The Thursday Night Football Kickoff show rolls on here on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff show. Ed, another new location for us this season, this time the home of the Knights, Arizona College Prep. Joining us now is Coach Jacob Rudder here for the Arizona College Prep Knights. He brought along his linebacker and Cole Caiazzo. Coach, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason as you guys are getting ready to kick things off here in 2026.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes, awesome. The offseason's been great. We really hit the ground running in spring ball, tried to establish a tempo offense and an aggressive defense. And so we started as many plays as we can get in spring ball, rolled that into summer. Our weight room was actually under construction, so we moved all of our racks and all of our rigs out into our courtyard, and we lifted outside under the pavilion in the sun all summer. We called it the prison yard, but we got after it this summer. And,
wow.
And the kids ate it up, and we had a great summer of lifting, rolled that into summer camp at Cal Lutheran, where we got a lot of good bonding experience going in and a lot of cool opportunities. And we started practicing last week, and it's just been, our kids really hit the ground running and have been excited. And this group really loves football and loves the grind. So we've been going.
Cole, being on the prison yard, what did that? How crazy was that, dude, to be out there lifting weights out there in the heat?
I don't know if it's my mic or something else.
Go ahead, Ed. I think you might be okay.
Okay, Cole, can you hear me?
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Ed might have to jump out and come back in here. But Cole, we'll ask you for a minute. Tell us about what it means to be a member of this Arizona College Prep Knights defense. And we always say it, offense sells tickets, but defense will bring home that hardware.
I don't think Cole can hear you either.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he's struggling too.
Well, James, you and Coach go.
Can you hear me, Coach?
I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
I couldn't hear Ed.
Yeah, that's okay. Tell us about the atmosphere over there at Arizona College Prep for a football game in case folks have not had a chance to get over there. It's our first time going over there this season, and we're excited for it.
Yeah. It's going to be new. It's exciting. We're trying to get people out. We're a school that prides ourselves on a lot of different things. So whether that be our multi-time speech and debate state champs or whatever that be, whether that be bands or arts. So we try to honor a lot of people before games and honor people at halftime. So we hope to bring a wide variety of people out to the crowds and get a good stands and a good showing as well. So we're hoping to have a little bit more people in the stands and put together a nice product that people want to come watch.
I think we got Cole Caiazzo on here with us now, linebacker for the Arizona College Prep Knights. Cole, tell us what it means to you to be a part of this defense, because we say it all the time. Defense is really what it comes down to when it's crunch time late in the playoffs.
Being part of this defense is like really blessing because past couple years, especially for ACP, they've been known for having hard work and good defense, and I'm excited for this upcoming year because it hasn't changed. Our defense just keeps playing hard and always running to the ball and always just doing our best.
And Cole, how does your offense make you better, and how do you make your offense better when you guys go against each other in practice? Maybe he can't hear me either.
Oh, he might not. He might be having a little trouble there, Ed. Well, that's okay. Hey, we had a great visit, nonetheless, with the Arizona College Prep Knights. Coach Jacob Rudder joining us here, along with linebacker Cole Caiazzo. Guys, we're excited to be at your place for the first time this season, and we'll see you over there in just a few short weeks as you guys take on the Mountain Point Pride. Thank you again for your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Coach Rudder, of course, coming over from the Highland Hawks there, Ed, and he's really put his stamp on that program there at Arizona College Prep, and it's our first trip to the home of the Knights. Can't wait. There's going to be a lot of purple out there that night.
Oh yeah, dude! Coming off a 9-3 season, they made a quarterfinal run in the 5A, so you know they're looking to do even more damage this season inside their region.
No doubt about it. On to our next game after the break. We'll visit with the Notre Dame Prep Saints. Coach Prelock and Hunter Stein, brand new quarterback for the Saints, will join us here after the break. Stay with us. More to come on the Thursday Night Kickoff show right after this.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff show. We've been trying to get this team on Thursday Night Football for a couple of years now. We did some playoff games for them on NFHS Network, but we finally got them this year. They will travel to battle the Chaparral Firebirds. Up next, it's the Notre Dame Prep Saints, and Coach George Prelock joining us here along with his new quarterback, Hunter Stein. Coach, we know you guys got a team event going on right now. We thank you for stepping out for just a moment. Tell us about the offseason there for the Saints.
Yeah, you know, we've had a great offseason. The boys have worked extremely hard. Even after the season stopped for us, unfortunately, in November, we went right back to work in December. We've been working in the weight room, getting the field work in that we need. And we just finished up OTAs this week, and the last 2 weeks of OTAs have been absolutely phenomenal. The boys have showed a lot of energy, and we're getting the reps that we need in order to get better.
Coach, can you hear me first of all?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Talk to me about Hunter, the young man to your left. He's taking over as QB1 for your football team. What does Hunter mean? He played in a couple of games last season, threw a touchdown. What does Hunter mean as you can continue to see him grow inside your program?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Hunter is he's really grown as a leader. He's taken ownership of things. He's taken charge. He's learned how to lead this past year. You know, Hunter last year, a game against Sunny Slope, he was having a great game, and unfortunately, one bad cut and he blew out his ACL. So Hunter's a person that is able to go through adversity, and he's worked extremely hard in the off season. He finished ahead of schedule in terms of his rehab so that we could get him back early. And I think that there's a certain appreciation there that he has that maybe some other players don't, especially last year's junior year being taken away from him so quickly. I think he looks at things a little bit differently, and he really embraces this year.
Hunter, how have you been able to establish a relationship so quickly with your offensive line? Because we know that's an integral part of playing quarterback, and knowing that those guys got your back, your front, and everything around you as you're playing the quarterback position.
Yeah, for me, me and the offensive line's relationship is one of the most important parts. I would say like most of the offensive linemen, the 5 that we got, I'm like really good friends with. My 2 best friends are actually on the offensive line, and you know what? Like one thing I like to do is like we go out to dinners. There's sleepover at my house, just things like that. I mean, anything I can do to like take care of them. We do breakfast a lot after practice. I mean, the relationship with me and the offensive line, I would say, is one of the strongest parts of our team. You know, they're the most important thing. I know I can't do I can't do anything without them. So I use like anything like dinner, breakfast, stuff like that. Anything I can do, take care of those guys and make sure we have a great relationship.
And Hunter, I would imagine every quarterback loves to have a running game. They would love to have a level of running that you do with Notre Dame Prep. How important will that be this season to know that you can hand the ball off to your guys, take that rock, and those guys can take the rock and make things happen with your running attack?
Oh, it's going to be huge. I mean, last season, I think we probably had maybe the best rushing offense in all of Arizona, and that just opens up the pass game. I mean, watching last season, especially from the sidelines, the final 8 games, just watching us, the way we ran the ball too with all of our running backs. Especially we got a guy like Decker in the backfield, it really helps a lot knowing that, a lot of the times we're going to get, a heavy box or things like that, and that's just going to open up the pass. Just takes a lot of pressure off, me and their other receivers. So that's just great that we have that, with the offensive line and running back. So it's honestly amazing.
Moving to Coach Prelock for just my final question. Coach, tell us about your defense going into the season.
Yeah, we got some guys returning on defense. Coach Smith, my defensive coordinator, we've been together for years, for over a decade now, and he does a great job. He gets the boys motivated, and we're very opportunistic on defense. There's no secret about it. We play a lot of man, and we like to bring pressure, which last year we created a lot of turnovers, and our defense scored about 4 or 5 times. So we're looking for the same thing this year. Our secondary is extremely experienced. We got a linebacker in Andrew Stayer coming back, who's going to do a great job calling the defense on that side, and then some defensive linemen that are back. So we look to be opportunistic again this year.
Coach George Prelock and quarterback Hunter Stein joining us here from the Notre Dame Prep Saints. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to the game coming up against those Chaparral Firebirds. Ed, the Saints are always a fun team to watch. And boy, we saw the greatness of Cooper Perry over the last few seasons.
Yes.
Of course, big shoes to fill there. Of course, that young man's been gone for a little bit of time now, but really a bright future over there for the Notre Dame Prep Saints.
Yeah, and you heard Hunter talk about Decker Haskins Smith. That guy was so big last year in the running game for the Notre Dame Prep Saints. They had 39 rushing touchdowns. Those guys just ran the ball well. So look for more from Haskins Smith in that running attack.
Hunter Stein, is that guy camera ready or what? He might be himself a sports show in the very near future.
Looks like a quarterback, doesn't he?
He really does. He fits the mold so perfectly. Stay with us. More of the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show rolls on here. We'll visit with the Chaparral Firebirds ahead of our first trip to North Scottsdale when we return from the break here on the Kickoff Show.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network. Thanks to everyone joining us here today. We certainly appreciate their time. And Ed, it's so much fun to catch up with these guys, check out what's been going on in the offseason, and it's so much fun every single time we do it.
And it's crazy. We do 11 games a season. We could do 111 games a season with as many football teams that are in the state of Arizona between regular football and then girls flag football. We'll talk to a couple of girls flag football players. Girls flag football is growing, JP. I believe it's in year 5 now in the state of Arizona.
That?
It's only getting bigger, dude.
You remember the first time we did a girls flag football game over there at Corona del Sol. Check the record books, folks, if you need to. Up next, the Chaparral Firebirds will join us here on the program. Our first time out to their house this fall. Coach Trace Carroll joining us here on the program, along with strong safety Luca Ugenti. Coach Carroll, we'll start with you. Thank you so much for having us out at your place this fall. Tell us about the current state of affairs over there for the Chaparral Firebirds.
We're rocking and rolling. We had a great off season. My first off season, I like to say, I didn't get hired till April of last year.
Right.
So we had a true January, February, March, and April with us, and a strong work ethic from our guys in the weight room, in the strength and conditioning stuff. We really, really hit it hard. Like the guy who's going to be right next to me over here. But we've been great. Did all the 7-on-7s. We competed very well. We have a great nucleus coming back, 8 starters on defense, 9 starters on offense. We were super young last year. We took our lumps, but if you look at our schedule, every game was close. We were right there in every single game, and we cannot wait to get the season started on August 28th.
Coach, when you look at your quarterback position, who are you liking as QB1? Ryan Trocchi was your freshman quarterback last season. He took like the majority of the snaps at the quarterback spot. Who are you thinking? Is Ryan back there, or are you thinking about somebody else at the QB spot?
Yeah, I mean Ryan is coming back for us. He started the last 6 games for us. 6'4.5", 180 pounds. Just electric with the ball in his hands. I've been around some of the really good quarterbacks in the state of Arizona with my time at Pinnacle, the Spencer Rattlers of the world, J.D. Johnsons, Devin Dampier, and lastly with Wyatt Horton. He's of that mold. What he's able to do, commanding the offense and what we want to do, the stuff that he does for us in the pass game is exceptional. He's right up there with those guys that I've coached in the past. Our other guy, Danny Gottis, did a lot of good things for us at the beginning of the year. But right now it seems like it's Ryan's job until anybody else makes some noise.
Coach, let's shift over to the defensive side of the football. Tell us about Luca Ugenti as we take a look at his film here as well, and what does he mean to that side of the program?
He's everything. I've told these recruiters that have come in, he's actually started at 5 positions for us. He played boundary safety, field safety, strong safety, nickel safety. He even played a little bit of time for us at will linebacker. He does everything. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, first team all region, had 4 interceptions. Just an absolute lightning out of a bottle. 4'5" kid, can just absolutely go. Loves coming off the edge at that boundary safety, which is going to be playing a lot this year. But not only what he does for us on the field, it's what he does for us off the field. He is one of the best leaders I've ever been around. And he loves Chaparral and Chaparral High School and wants nothing more than us to be great. So I can't say enough good things about Luca.
And of course, Luca, we're talking about you, so we just brought you in. Want to get your thoughts on the season you had last season, and maybe we got him, maybe we don't. But if we don't, Coach Carroll, just to have a guy that you can just plug and play at multiple positions, and Luca can go in. He can have 45 tackles. He can have 5 TFLs, interceptions all over the board, 3 of them. Having a guy that can just be so rangy and make things happen all over the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's big for us. I mean, us returning 8 starters on defense, but he's the catalyst of everything. He's what we call our playmaker. But there's a lot of guys coming back that are going to be able to make plays for us. But it seems like the ball seems to just, it's a magnet towards him for some reason. So it is what it is. And he's a playmaker, and I'm glad he's on our team. I can tell you that.
Well, Coach, you could take some of that credit because part of that is good coaching on you guys' part, making sure he's in the right position to be successful, right? Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to get to know you guys here a little bit. We're excited to come to your place for our first time on Thursday Night Football this fall, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you, Coach.
Excited to have you guys at Shaptown.
Absolutely. It is a vibe over there, Ed. Let me tell you what. I remember being out to eat with my wife one night. We were over in Scottsdale, and it was a Thursday night. This was some years ago, and let me tell you, there were some fans for a JV game. They were out getting ready to go out at a local restaurant there, and they are really into their football over there at Shaptown. So it is going to be a fun atmosphere, and I can't wait to get over there for our first time.
Oh, yeah. They do not play about Firebirds football, do they?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stay with us. When we return from the break, we will head west once again and visit with the Lake Havasu Knights. Those of you that remember, they helped us open the Thursday Night Football campaign back in 2020. Stay with us. We'll visit with them next right here on the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back here on the Epic Sports Network's Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show as we work through a couple of technical difficulties, but you guys are doing a fantastic job with it. Up next, we visit with the Lake Havasu Knights. Head coach Tanner Kelly, brand new head coach Tanner Kelly out there for Lake Havasu. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time, and you brought along one of your stud wide receivers here in Luke Johnson. Coach, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason and how things are going as we ramp up toward the 2026 kickoff.
I appreciate you guys having us on. Got hired in February and, hit the ground running. And these guys have been working hard all off season, weight room, off season in the spring, just putting a whole new staff together, putting a whole new program together. But these seniors and juniors have been fantastic leaders for us in their development.
And coach, how important has it been for the seniors and juniors to kind of help you get used to a new position as the head coach of a football team? It takes some time for you to get adjusted too.
Absolutely. I mean, going from the head track coach to head football is a lot different. So having a senior group here that had a fantastic season last year, going 9-3, beating the state playoffs, great athletes like Luke Johnson and Carter DeVat. I mean, it's helped me out a whole lot, and their leadership has shown through in the offseason.
Coach, as we take a look at some film here on Luke, tell us what he means to your program.
I mean, he's a person that's able to show leadership. He's working hard. He's here, every day that we have our practices. He's the leader on offense and defense. And he showed it last year by being the player of the year. And there's a reason why he was. I mean, he's that type of guy.
And Luke, you see these numbers so crazy. 24 touchdowns, dude, 56 tackles. You go on at the linebacker spot. You make things happen defensively and offensively. Why are you so good on both sides of the football? How are you able to just be a playmaker and just make things happen for Lake Havasu?
Honestly, it's a big shout out to all the coaches. Like, they really spend time and get into our individual drills more than really anything. They really help us a lot. Everywhere. I don't know. It's honestly just being able to play both sides of the ball, even at the 4A level, is really special to me.
Luke, tell us about the relationship with your quarterback and how you guys are able to reinforce that as the season approaches.
Yeah, it's actually a new quarterback this year. He's a junior. He played pretty much everywhere on offense for us last year. A really good guy, but honestly, over the offseason, it's been really good with me and him. Getting some work done at the field, just him and I or other teammates, just really getting that connection going for the season.
Luke, 17 of the 26 touchdowns on the ground were from you. How important is it going to be to establish that running game again and just be so powerful when it comes to running the rock, establishing the line of scrimmage, all that kind of stuff, time of possession, all the things that come along with having a strong running attack?
Honestly, it wasn't me. It was the big dogs up front. Our line last year was filled with dogs. They really got it going, even when we brought some big guys out at tight end to go block for us. It makes it pretty easy for me when I could just run behind a bunch of big dudes that just put down the work.
Now, Luke, we know that this will be some sort of road trip for you guys coming in here to battle the Yonker Rough Riders. Any special traditions on these road trips for the Lake Havasu Knights? I mean, who's got the aux cable in the bus? I mean, is there a Bluetooth speaker involved? What's going on there?
Last year, we were pretty locked in on the bus rides. Our offensive coordinator made us lock in, but it really helped us on the way up there because we had a team that needed it. We got some guys that thought they were funny on the bus ride, so it was honestly good for us being locked in on the way up there, and I hope that continues over to this year.
Luke, how will this team mature over the course of a season and potentially win a championship? How will you guys do that?
Honestly, I think it's really good. I know all the seniors pretty much all the seniors want to go play at the next level, and all the juniors. So it makes it pretty easy when all the guys are dedicated to winning and not joke around. It's honestly a really good look for us and just in general.
Head coach Tanner Kelly and Luke Johnson, wide receiver extraordinaire from the Lake Havasu Knights, joining us here on Thursday Night Football once again this season. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time today and making the trip this fall for Thursday Night Football at Yonker High School. We can't wait to see the Knights once again.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Absolutely. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Up next, after the break, we'll return to the Valley, the west side this time, for the Yonker Rough Riders. They'll host the Lake Havasu Knights on Thursday Night Football this fall. Back after the break with more of the Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Kickoff show here on the Epic Sports Network. Ed, we're about to wind this thing down, but up next, it's going to be the Yonker Rough Riders. Coach Alonzo Highsmith joining us here on the program, a former NFL professional. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. You took over the reins there a little ways back for Yonker, and just tell us about the offseason going into 2026 and the expectations out there.
Man, the offseason's been great. It's a lot better than last year. Last year we came in, I think I came in around late February, early March. So now we get a full offseason, that January all the way through August. The kids have been working really hard. They've been putting in an extremely amount of work. Everyone's dedicated, focused. So this year we're looking to come in and finish the season strong. Last year we started strong. This year we're just looking to finish strong.
And Coach, how will you finish strong? How do you stay consistent over the course of 10, 11, 12 games if you make it to the playoffs and go that deep?
I couldn't hear you.
Coach, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
What Ed was trying to ask, what would it mean to the program for you guys to make a deep playoff run this season?
Man, it'll mean the world to us just because of last year, how we came in. I feel like everyone was expecting us just to be an okay team, and we end up getting in the playoffs. So this year, us making it, making a run in the playoffs, it'll mean the world to not only us, but the people that have been a part of Yonkers since the day. I think it was 17 years, and the first year we made it to the playoffs last year. So making a deep run this year will mean the world to us and the whole community.
Coach, you pointed out your wide receiver, Larry Moore Jr. We're going to take a look at some of his film here in just a second. Tell us what he means to your offense.
And man, Larry means everything to our offense just because of the type of player he is. He can line up in the backfield. He can line up wide out. We even put him at quarterback a couple times. He's a guy that we need to get the ball in his hands because getting the ball in his hands is something good always happens. And not only that, having him on the field, it pushes other people to rise to his level.
Coach, can you hear me now? I jumped out and jumped back in.
Yes, sir.
Thank goodness. Oh, how about technology working when it wants to? Coach, with your NFL experience, with the Oilers, Cowboys, Bucks, and the Chiefs, so much experience you had at the NFL level, are you bringing that to this situation with the Yonker Rough Riders down to the high school level, imparting some knowledge and some more professionalism from a professional standpoint down to high school?
Man, for the most part, just the part of being dedicated to something, just understanding that your room for error is very, very minuscule. And things like that. As far as, what I bring from professional level, man, I got to understand these are still teenagers. It doesn't matter how much professionalism you try to give them. They're still young and they don't get it. They don't see it. So my thing is I just try my best to let them know, like, hey, man, your room for error is very small. So, hey, let's get it while it's good and let's continue to keep doing it on the right path.
Coach, how much has the community bought into what you're trying to do there at Yonker High School?
I think the community's brought in a lot. I think they're starting to see it with the way our kids carry themselves around campus and the way they carry themselves. See that, hey, maybe Yonkers doing something special. Maybe Yonkers on the rise of being a football team. Not just a school that plays football, but they're a football team. And everyone's coming in. I got a young feeder group out. Maybe 6 levels of that going around now. So everyone's excited, wanting to come be a part of these Yonker Rough Riders when they get in high school.
Head coach Alonzo Highsmith from Yonker joining us here on the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. Coach, great to meet you. We look forward to seeing you this fall out there at your place. And thank you so much for taking the time today.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thank you, Coach.
Absolutely. There he goes, Alonzo Highsmith, ladies and gentlemen. On the program, the head man over there at Yonker High School, and he's really turned that program around, Ed.
He has. They were 7-4 last season, just looking to build off of what they were able to do. And he talked about Larry Moore, what he brings to that offense. He is a spark plug for what the Rough Riders want to do offensively. He's really good.
He really is. I'm excited to see him do his thing this fall. Stay with us. The Thursday Night Kickoff Show rolls on. We go over to the girls' flag football side. We will visit with the Gilbert Tigers when we return from the break. Stay with us. More of the Kickoff Show on tap next.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show here on the Epic Sports Network, and we appreciate you guys sticking with us. We are about through this entire thing. 2 more games to preview, the final 2 games on our slate, Ed, this fall, and Thursday Night Football goes to girls flag football. You may remember we did a game about maybe 4 years ago now, Ed, I think, out there at Corona del Sol. We're excited once again to have girls flag football back on our airwaves. First up, it'll be the Gilbert Tigers. Coach Brian Winstead, he is passing the baton to Coach J.D. Guerrero, and joining us right now, quarterback Lila Barton. Lila, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate you joining us here on the program. Just talk to us about the offseason over there for Gilbert as you guys get ready for the 2026 season.
You know, we've been working really hard in the offseason, building our chemistry on and off the field, and I'm excited to get back and see it all come together when we play a lot of these competitive teams. And it'll be interesting because we had the same schedules last year, so I'm excited to see how we've grown in the offseason.
Lila, I would say that you would be excited to come back. Almost 3,000 yards passing, 43 touchdowns. You ran for 5 touchdowns. What makes this Gilbert Tigers offense so good that you're able to go out there, throw for nearly 50 touchdowns, and you run the ball so well?
A lot of the team has been together for a long time, so we have a lot of that chemistry together, and we get together, we watch film, we really execute our plays, and we get 1% better every single day, and it translates onto the field.
Lila, the emergence of flag football here for the girls over the past few seasons has really been a thing of beauty to watch. When you look at the girls that have played, that have come before you, and a Caitlin Jewell, just to mention a few names, what does that tell you in relationship to, hey, you know what, I can do this thing, and I can do it at a really high level, and I can take this and go get a college education with it as well?
I think it's just crazy to see how much the game has grown and how hard these girls work, and to see how far it takes them. It's motivation for not only me, but so many other girls wanting to play flag and be a quarterback, and it's just so inspiring to see.
Lila, what are some things that some accomplishments, some achievements that you're looking to achieve this year outside of a championship, of course, but maybe some numbers or some things that you're trying to reach as far as numbers or just different accolades that you're trying to get this season, including a championship?
Definitely, beating some of the teams that I thought that we shouldn't have lost to, and we played it not as good as we could have played, and building more relations with all of these girls and trying to stand up and be a better leader for them, considering this is my 4th year at Gilbert, being a senior, and I want to show them, like, this is the culture we've built, and this is what I want you to take from it.
Lila, talk to us about the support from the rest of the school and specifically the boys football team. It seems like from what I've seen with the emergence of girls flag football here in the Grand Canyon State, the boys teams are always really supportive of the girls, and they're really behind them because they understand that love for the game, just like you guys have.
Yeah, our boys team is very supportive of us. I know the tackle coach is a very nice guy. Coach Brown, he knows all of us. He says hi to us, good luck. And, you know, they support us, so we support them, as well as our student council at our school comes to our games, and there's a lot of love from the community at our school.
Quarterback Lila Barton from the Gilbert Tigers joining us here on the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. Lila, thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and we will see you guys this fall out there at the home of the Highland Hawks for what should be a fantastic Thursday Night Football game.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Stay with us. The Kickoff Show rolls to a close very shortly, but first, it'll be the Highland Hawks joining us when we return from the break. Stay with us.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon. Your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff show here on the Epic Sports Network. We appreciate you hanging around. Up next, it is the Highland Hawks girls flag football team joining us, and Coach Kenneth Galladay and star running back Eileen Murillo joining us here. Coach Galladay, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason. Did you guys get ready for another 2026 campaign?
Oh, well, we haven't really stopped since school finished back in May. I mean, we've been going nonstop all through June, running a couple two-a-days, but, because of the heat, we're up at 6 a.m. and then we got weight room twice a week. So it's just been kind of nonstop. We're excited.
Coach, how are the ladies taking to pretty much a nonstop schedule as you kind of barrel your way toward another season? Have they taken to it well?
Oh yeah, well, it's it's in their heads when it's July and you get them a little bit of a break and they're going, well, what do we do now? We're bored. We want to do something. So I think sometimes they want it more than I do.
Eileen Murillo joining us here on the program. Eileen, how exciting is it to play girls flag football for the Highland Hawks?
It's amazing. I love it so much. I wear the Highland jersey name. I mean, I wear the name Highland on my jersey with so much pride, and I just love playing flag football.
Eileen, I was looking on Max Preps, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this is a typo. Did you have 128 catches last season? Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
JP, she had 128 catches. So Max Preps was right. 708 yards, 5 touchdowns, 128 catches. Now I've seen wide receivers with 128 targets, not 128 catches. Wow, Eileen, what happened last season where you were able to just explode? We see you on film and get almost 130 catches in one season.
Yeah, a lot of it was, after blocks, I had to go out for some routes, but sometimes plays get broken, and what you have to do is, keep playing, and that's where I would turn around, catch the ball, and then, make it work.
Eileen, a big part of your game seems to be that all-important yak that we talk about all the time, yards after the catch. How are you able to get so many of those?
Well, a lot of it is football IQ. I really like to read the field, acknowledge what, the defense is doing. I find those holes, and I just, figure a way to get through.
Eileen, what does sisterhood mean to you?
It's honestly the Highland team. I love them so much. We all love each other so much. We have a great culture over at Highland, and sisterhood to me is Highland girls flag football.
When you guys are not on the practice field, Eileen, how much are you able to hang out off the field and really form that bond that becomes important when the chips are down in a football game and everybody's tired, it's hot, it's 172 outside today, I think. How does that all play into it?
Well, we have a lot of team bondings. Honestly, our culture is just amazing. So we have a lot of team bondings. Actually, yesterday we had a team bonding at our quarterback's house, and it's just we see each other a lot. We'll see each other in the hallways. We'll say hi. It's just beautiful culture.
Head coach Kenneth Galladay and Eileen Murillo joining us here from the Highland Hawks. We'll be at your place this fall for Thursday Night Football. We're excited. Thank you so much for having us, and we'll see you in just a few short months.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
There go the Highland Hawks, folks. And Ed, so excited once again to have girls flag football on the Epic Sports Network.
Absolutely. As we've got one more game to cover, JP. One more to wrap it up.
Game. That would be the Tempe City Classic, my friend, between the Marco Ceniza Padres and the Tempe Buffaloes. Joining us next, it is those Marco Ceniza Padres. Stay with us. One more game to go here on the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff Show. Up next, it is the City Classic. Ed, this rivalry goes back a number of years. Joining us now, the Marcos Ceniza defensive coordinator, Coach John Sloan, and he brought along Christian Garcia, the running back for Marcos. Coach Sloan, we'll start with you. Tell us about the offseason and the preparations for the Padres.
Yeah, here at the Marcos Ceniza, we pride ourselves on being a physical, tough team. And that always starts in the weight room. And the kids have worked extremely hard day in and day out, since the season ended till here every day. They're putting up great numbers, and we are going to be extremely proud and ready to be a physical football team.
Coach,
we want to be physical on the offense and the defensive lines and across the board this year.
I'm sorry, Coach. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. I was so excited to ask you about Christian. I jumped in, okay. But when you look at Christian and other guys like him that are two-way players that make things happen on offense and defense, go back to that conditioning and why Christian is so good and why others on your football team are so good when they line up on offense and defense and they make things happen for your football team at a high level and they don't skip a beat.
Yeah, I mean, that's testament to those guys that play both ways for us. Christian, rushed for about 1,200 last year. I think he added 300 something yards receiving. Also had 78 tackles for us, and I think he pulled down 5 sacks. That's just hard work. That's a dedication every day. He practices hard every day. He never takes a play off. And it's weight room too, keeping his body fresh and just mental toughness. And he's a Swiss Army knife. He can play pretty much any position on our football team. And we're proud to have him. And we have another few guys just like him that can play multiple positions. And there's a few guys going to have some breakout years for us this year.
Christian, when you listen to Coach Sloan describe your play and your importance to the ball club, it seems like you're one of those guys that just prefers to just lead by example. Put your head down and go to work. How much pride do you take in that? Oh, I think he's muted.
We can't hear you, Christian.
Hey. No, try it again. Hit it one more time.
We can't hear you, brother.
Oh, yeah, we don't have him, unfortunately. Darn it.
Pop out and pop back in. Pop out and pop back
out of the studio and then pop back in, and I bet we'll get you in there in just a moment. But, man, this young man, really special, Coach, for your ball club. Let's pivot for a moment to the defensive side of the football, a place you know really well. Talk to us about that side of the rock.
We have a few guys coming back. We have some deep secondary guys coming back, and we have a deep linebacker core coming back. Brian Irick, he'll be a 4-year starter for us. He led some tackles last year with over 100. Also had some sacks. He also plays fullback and tight end for us. So he's another one, a guy that will see action both ways this year. Also our tight end, he also plays outside backer and some DN for us. Caden Honeyman, he had a real strong end of the season last year, and we hope to build on that success this year. And then a couple of our offensive linemen and defensive linemen are coming back. We got Isaiah McCown coming back at center. We got Abel Valenzuela coming back at guard, also plays the tackle for us. And then we got our left tackle coming back, Montus. He's going to also probably play some defensive line for us. But that's a solid 3 guys we caught coming back that play offensive and defensive line. So we definitely look forward to seeing what they can do this year.
Can you guys hear me?
We got you now,
yeah, we
Christian,
got you,
loud and clear. Okay. Absolutely.
So, Christian, let's rewind to my question that we really wanted to hear from you. The conditioning that you have to be as effective as Coach Sloan talked about with your running, your receiving, what you're able to do on defense. Go back to conditioning and what you do to prepare week in and week out, pretty much actually daily to get ready to do what you do on the football field.
Honestly, it all starts about the mindset. Having a good mindset going into everything you do and just having a positive attitude. As a person who prides myself in being a leader on the team, if my energy and my body language is down, that's just going to cause the entire team and the entire practice to just swing one way when I want it to go the other way. I take pride in taking care of my body. I've had, last year I played with ankle injury, and me and my trainer have been working on it every single day to get it better, get me healthy, and just be at 100% so I can not only boost the team, but also boost myself. I'm just grateful to be in the position that I'm in.
Christian Garcia and defensive coordinator John Sloan joining us here from the Marcos Ceniza Padres. Gentlemen, thank you so much. We're looking forward to rekindling that City Classic rivalry there between Marcos and Tempe High. And we will see you guys this fall for some Thursday night football. Thank you again for your time.
All right, thank you for having us on. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Great stuff there, Ed. We are rekindling the City Classic trophy. And right now, that thing sits somewhere, I believe, at last check, out at McClintock High School. I've got literally Mayor Woods on the case there for the city of Tempe trying to get that thing out of the vault, and we're going to bring that thing back out to Tempe High School coming up this fall. It'll be our final game of the regular season Thursday night football slate. Stay with us. We'll visit with the Buffaloes when we return from the break to close out our Thursday night football kickoff show.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back to the Thursday Night Football Kickoff show here, Ed. And I got to tell you, Burrito Express sounds really good right now. As a matter of fact, just
really
up
does.
the street from Tempe High School. And joining us now, the Tempe Buffaloes. Coach Sean Freeman, the orchestrator of the Tempe turnaround, along with Jaden Hart Rodriguez joining us here on the program. Coach Freeman, always a pleasure to catch up with you. We're excited to be at your place once again this season. Tell us about the offseason so far for the Buffaloes.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
How you doing, Coach?
We're doing good.
Blessed to have you guys back out at Tempe High School. You know, for this amazing rivalry between us and Marcos. Let's get it. It's been a great off season. Boys have been working really hard in the weight room and on the field. Camp was amazing. Shout out to Coach Burke at Payson High School for hosting us. Shout out to our major strength coach, Coach Bruno Johnson, for getting us right. Boys look good, and we feel good.
Coach, when you talk about this rivalry between the Padres and the Buffaloes, what is it about it that makes it so special, and something that you have to circle on the calendar?
You know, Fig is an awesome coach, awesome man. We talked about this a couple years ago about bringing this rivalry back to our city. Last year they got us pretty good, and so you know, it's something our boys have been wanting. Coach has been wanting. You know, our school's been wanting to keep talking about it. Our principal, Adam Johnson, says, "Hey, it's at the house this year, so we got to do something special for it." So it means a lot. It means a lot. So we definitely we're going to take care of Alhambra and the rest of our schedule, and then we're going to beat up and we're going to take care of this thing once and for all.
Coach, we are super excited. We are literally trying to rekindle this City Classic rivalry between Tempe High School and Marcos Ceniza. The trophy currently sitting right now at McClintock High School, but I've got Mayor Woods and his staff on the case, and they're trying to get us that thing so we can present it to the winning team and really get this thing back up and running this season. Tell us about the young man you brought with us, Jaden Hart Rodriguez, and what he means to your football team as a senior leader.
It's my guy. You know, this is my dude right here. You know, this is one of the guys that when he came to Tempe, you know, he had a major goal that he wanted to accomplish, and he's been one of our biggest leaders on and off the football field. You know, a very heaven God-driven young man that, you know, goes out there and does everything for us, from kicking the football to catching pass interception. He's a Swiss Army knife. He's done his thing. I told him to run track. He ran track. Coach Larry Todd said he's probably one of the best pure runners he's had in a long time. And, you know, he's come out here ready to do some business here, get his name on the map.
Jaden, with everything you've got to do, we see the three things that you do: wide receiver, you catch the ball, you defend against people that are trying to catch the ball, you kick the ball. Coach said you mentioned track. How are you able to have a life outside of track and field and football? How are you able to balance everything you've got going on in your life, plus play football at a high level?
First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for having me and everything. But honestly, I think it's just like balancing it all out and stuff, and putting my main focus on football and everything, because that's my main passion and everything. I just want to do that's my main focus this season, just to do good and help my team and bring them up all the way to the season so we can go to the playoffs.
Jaden, how much pride do you take in the fact that you are an integral part of what we call the Tempe turnaround, where you're really bringing the pride back to Tempe Buffaloes high school football?
It's really great, you know, to be a part of it and everything. And I'm just one of them. You know, we have many stars on the team. We have Nemo, we have two new transfers, Turan and Tavion and Alex. So we're going to be dangerous this season. So it's not just me, it's all my other teammates too.
Coach, what are you looking at as far as the QB1? Saul Mendez had a great season. He graduates. So when you're looking at your quarterback spot for someone to throw the ball to Jaden to, who are you liking? Or is there like an early guy that's standing out or somebody you're going to have to evaluate over the next couple of weeks right before the season and say, okay, this is my QB1. This is my guy.
First of all, shout out to the mayor, Saul Mendez. That's been the guy for 4 years. That's our guy. That's the mayor. We haven't forgot about him. But he's our guy that got it going. But there's a real special young man by the name of Jalil West. Jalil West is going to be a dual threat kind of guy. He's something phenomenal, man. I mean, he's not Saul, but he's a guy that can use his arms, his feet. He's amazing. Working with Coach MVP right now in our offensive line, and just a natural athlete that's a leader as well too. Played some quarterback in his past, but he's said, hey, put the rein on me. I got it. I'm gonna take it, and we're gonna run with it. So that's the type of guy you want to come in and be your quarterback, to throw the amazing receivers that you have. We got two guys that transferred in, Jaden Hammer and Jaden Cortez, that will be taking over in the future. That's a great QB battle. We got one on, but right now, the main guy right now at QB1 is Jalil West.
Coach, how much pride are you going to have when we close out the Thursday night football season there at your place, at your house, as you said a little bit earlier, and we pack the stands? We get almost everyone that's available in the city of Tempe to come out and really rekindle this crosstown rivalry, which is really a great one here in the Grand Canyon State.
I want it to be one of the biggest events on Thursday night. I want everybody to be there. We're talking about doing some major things. I need the city out. I need Coach McBurney to come out there and sit in the stands. All that good stuff, man. Coach Brian Walker, bring him back. Sit him in the stands as well too. We need Darnell Autry. Come on back.
Get him, Coach.
We're gonna turn this thing out, man. It's something that we've been wanting to do. Like I said again, myself and Fig have talked about this thing. It's something that the city needs it back. And we're gonna make this thing into a Thursday night concert for y'all, man. It's gonna be wild.
Absolutely. It is going to be epic, to say the least, out there this fall at Tempe High School as they host the Marcos and Niza Padres. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you here this afternoon. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we cannot wait to get back out to Tempe High once again this fall.
Thank you, guys. They go Buffs.
Let's go.
There it is. Jaden Hart Rodriguez and Coach Sean Freeman joining us here on the program. Ed, what a kickoff show it's been, my friend. We pretty much stayed on time. We went a little bit over, but obviously not as much as we did that first season when we did about 4 hours plus, I want to say, that time.
It helps when we have a producer and director like Sonia Tellez to keep us in line, to tell us 90 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. Let's go. Wrap up.
Absolutely. We are so excited for the season. Special thanks, as you hear the applause right there from Ms. Tellez, making it happen behind the scenes for us here today. Thanks to all the coaches and players for taking the time out of their busy schedules this weekend. And Ed, we did it a little differently this year. Usually we do this kickoff show like back in May or so, but we decided to wait a little bit longer this time and kind of butt it up a little bit against the beginning of the season, really hopefully get people amped up for what's coming up and what should be a fantastic Thursday night football slate.
And it would have been cool if we would have been on site at a restaurant or somewhere doing it, but you and I were busy with AFLE football. So logistically, it would have been tougher for us to get done with football, go to a restaurant, get set up when we can just have everything virtually. And then all the coaches and players can just dial in. We can have everybody centralized. And there's some teams that wouldn't even be able to travel to where we can. So let's just do it remotely on StreamYard, on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else. So you can see it remotely and everybody's still comfortable joining us.
Absolutely right. And because of the expansiveness and the way that this Thursday night football thing has grown over the past 6+ seasons, when we first started this in 2020, Ed, it was a joke when you would ask a coach, hey, you want to do a Thursday night football game? They're like, what? I'm not losing a day of practice. There's no way. And now it is a thing. And so we are glad to be the originators of that here in the Grand Canyon State, and we take pride in that, and we hope you join us this fall for what should be another outstanding season of Thursday night. Partner Ed Cole, for Miss Sonia Tellez, our super producer. I'm James Poovey saying so long. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Don't forget it's back together weekend for the NFL on NFL Network. So football all around coming your way, and make sure you join us on Thursday, August 20th, from the home of the ALA Ironwood Warriors as they host the Thatcher Eagles for our first game of the season. Have a great weekend, folks, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Good night, folks.